Video that you're about to watch is obviously another free training video courtesy of yours truly. In this video, I'm going to give you an excerpt of a GBP-CAD update. Now, GBP-CAD was the same pair that I made a similar video to last week where I entered live to show you kind of what it looks like, what it sounds like, you know, what's missing, right? For many of you, what's missing is the confidence. So we cover some key points. It's much faster than a lot of the other videos that I post. I even show you someone else taking the same trade, and we are not a signal service, right? We're an educational service. We share our outlooks on the market, our trade ideas. It's as if everyone's watching my own personal journal and Jonathan's own personal journal. That's pretty much what it is. We speak out loud what we're thinking, right? And we put it on a video, we put it in a voice note, and we send it out to you guys. That's what we do. We're not a signal service. So all those testimonials that you see are people who are learning how to do this. They are not being babied or spoon-fed. I don't do that. It's totally against everything I believe in. So that's that. And as you can see, that person took a better trade than mine. It was slightly sharper by like 15 or so pips. So it's all about skill at the end of the day. And it's all about a rinse and repeat approach, understanding things from their most basic foundation, and then experience. Okay, without that, what are you really trying to do? Make some money in a market that's erratic, right? Or what people believe to be erratic? You think that you're gonna figure out how to learn this market without actually learning what you're supposed to do in it in the first place? You think there's an indicator out there that will dumb this down to the point where you're not gonna need experience and rules and planning and knowledge? You are out of your mind. So for those of you out there who really want to learn, here's another free video. Remember that the reason these videos are coming out so consistently is because we're all under quarantine and I'm home. So since I'm home, I'm making more content and I got nothing else to do. So right now you can also take advantage of the quarantine discounts. I know a lot of you are home. I know a lot of you could not afford the 2020 price of PipsologyFX, and you wish that you had the 2019, 2018, 2017 price of PipsologyFX. Well, now's your chance. You can get the lower monthly fee and lock that in for yourself, and we won't take it away from you unless you stop paying. Also, for coaching, I have put discounts onto the coaching prices as well. So if you want to do that, that's something available for you. DM me on Telegram, DM me on Instagram, and let's talk about it. I can't say yes to everybody, but if you are the right person and everything fits, then we will be able to work together. As far as the group, if you want in, you can get in. There's really no vetting there because you're just consuming content. But with one-on-one, I take it very seriously, and having to speak to somebody on a regular basis, I need to like that person. If I don't like that person, we can't do it. How am I gonna make that work? If I don't like you, I don't want to work with you. I'm just gonna take your money. No one's gonna be happy. Keep your money. I don't want it. So for one-on-one coaching, you are going to be asked very specific questions. For the group, there's really no questions there. I just need you to understand that we're not a signal group, so you can't walk into the group thinking that that's what's going to happen. But as you can see, that doesn't affect people's results. And if you've been paying attention to my stories, if you've been paying attention to me for years, you already know that. All right, so that's it for me. Enjoy the video. Happy trading. GCAD is all over the place, but we will only worry about it when it gets to our place of interest. All right, so that's it for me. Happy trading. Okay, when I made that first update, I already had it in mind that I'm going to enter live on video and then let it play, kind of like I did last week, because quarantine. So we got the time to do that right now. I've already done it. We got within that zone. Now I've entered at the bottom of my zone, and I will be placing my stop loss, the talking and the recording. Okay, and we're gonna let this play. All right, now we were under zone, right? We were under my critical area of interest. I told you, embrace the retracement. We've tested the bottom part of this support, right there, right there, right there, right there. Now it's not the almighty, but it's one of those higher lows where bullish liquidity started to increase. So that's why it getting back within zone is profitable for me. Remember that I said in the previous update that 61.8 and 70.7 were important. That's still in the buyer side of things. So I'm going to take the buy if it breaks back into zone, showing me push up. Now, here's the thing. for anybody who doesn't know what they're doing, I mean, honestly, for everyone, they should always be waiting for some sort of support. Taking stuff like this is you require experience, right? You require trust in your knowledge and trust and confidence. That's why we always say, let it show you. I mean, honestly, 90-something% of my trades, they require candle creation. I only do stuff like this when I am for damn sure. Like, and those are for, I mean, 100%, no doubt about it. It's definitely going to go up and provide me enough to manage myself out of this entry, no doubt about it. As I'm speaking, you could see it happening, right? So, I mean, whatever, man. Like, as I showed you in last week's video, and I've showed you many times, rules are just for the sake of probability. But scenarios like this require experience. That quick trigger, that's trust. Also, I already know that whether I win or lose, it does not matter to me. But to somebody, and also I know that no matter what, it will never unravel. Meaning, if it stops me out at 40 pips, then it stops me out. Okay? But what I'm not going to do, right? What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to let it get even more negative or add bad entries or start over leveraging. That's not happening. So I have no problem in taking that type of trade and seeing what happens. Right now, that thing is up already like 25 to 30 pips. And that's that, okay? What I'm showing you there is that. What I'm showing you is that 61.8, 70.7, structural integrity. You know, we're in from the buy on the low. It's already a pre-planned thing. I said it in the last video, in the last update, which you probably haven't even received it. I'm not in a rush to send that out because none of that stuff is right now other than GCAD. And this was marked up already. That's the other thing. This was already given to you, okay? It was already given to you in the previous updates where we spoke about trend line break, continuation break, right? We spoke about that in the previous update. Don't believe me? Go to the update, scroll up, all right? Watch the video.
All right, so move on up.
Find GCAD.
English areas, problem. Okay, we're creating.
Okay, what is one of the lessons from the last couple of weeks, and honestly for the last God knows how many years, but last week I made a video about it. If it's important on the way up, it's important on the way down, right? See the trend line break? Boom. At some point, I know I made a zone, or I maybe sent it in a screen. There we go. Okay, so and then we spoke about that. We drew the fib. We did all that, right? So if you were paying attention, right, then you were looking for the market to kind of come within these price points. If you were paying attention, you knew to work those levels, right, those fib levels. Now, on the way back down, obviously the thing is so bearish, so no one is going to fault you for not taking the buy right away. You would need a certain amount of confidence, like I said. But if it shows signs of support, then yeah, you should be looking for that. Also, at any fib level, at any structural integrity level, you should be doing the same thing. So you could work the clean break, right? Or you can wait for it to get all the way up to that high, whichever one makes you more comfortable. What's not going to be a smart play is going to be you entering on its most bearish moment at the highest break, because that's not a confirmed break. If we go to the H4, where's the confirmation? Where's the confirmation of the break? Where's the support? Right. This is the first retest after the full-on breakout. Right. What looked like a breakout at that point. You're interacting with the strongest bearish point, so you're going to get bearish increase. Right. Liquidity increase. That thing is moving. Are you just going to enter there just because you see that little baby support there? Well, Gustavo, it was really bearish here. What the fuck? Why did this one work, but this didn't work? This is a whole lot different than that. This is days and days of work, and this isn't, right? And this already worked off the move to get to a place of bearish liquidity. So, bang. So you have to confirm when you're that high. But if I let this thing retrace without me, or with me, whatever you want to do. For me, it's without me. I'm just watching it get down here. If I let that happen, all right, cool. It happened. Now I have enough to +1 this. Fuck you. +1, bitch. There you go. So, let me get to M15 real quick to get this right. All right, boom. And I can partial this down, and I'm done. All right, I've made some money out of this trade. It's done, easy as that. Is it the supports that I like? No, it isn't. But 70 levels, breakout, a breakout point, like either take it or don't. If you don't take something like that, it's fine. Once again, proving that it's just what you plan for. You could be more aggressive when you allow that market to retrace to a place that makes sense. You don't have to necessarily let that market create 3-4 hour candles like some of you do, unless that's what makes you comfortable and keeps you profitable. But there are moments. Oh, last thing about this. If I'm going to do something like that, obviously I'm not going to enter at full risk, right? I mean, that makes sense. If I know something is higher risk, I'm going to lower the risk, still make something, participate in the trade, and see what happens. If it continues to support, not only am I making partial profits because I'm taking out a percentage out of this current run, right? If it plus ones me, it's an opportunity to look for that re-entry. And if it continuously supports, then I will get back to my normal risk. What's the numbers? Well, I like a quality control mentality. If something is a solid trade, like something like this, or that first break where you see some sort of support, then I will give it my normal risk. If something is a quick retest, like what I did in last week's GCAT video, by the way, it being GCAT is just a coincidence. It's a huge coincidence. You could remember, trading is trading. The pair doesn't matter. So, like what I did on GCAT last week, those first entries were lower risk. Eventually, when the thing started supporting for real on that 4 hour chart, I'm full risk. So those other entries were just cherries on top. I don't really like cherries, but yeah, the bananas and the fucking caramel sauce on top. I know Marlon's gonna hate this part because he doesn't like sugar, but you get the point, right? You want the fucking prime rib on top, okay? You want to quality control everything. If I know something is higher risk but still solid, still has a planned understanding with real structure and real integrity, then I'm going to lower the risk a little bit but still participate. If you're somebody who's trading at 10 cents a pip, then that's not something you can do right now. But you're trading at 10 cents a pip. Like, who the fuck? I mean, enter. 10 cents a pip. Enter the market, man. Enter the market. Enter the market. If you like the trade, if you plan for that situation, enter the market. You know that when you get some room, you will be somebody who's partialing down and doing the whole dance. So that's it. I'm going to let this play for a little bit and see what happens with it. As you're watching this market move, if it gives you enough time to do so, notice that there's probably going to be a lot of opportunities to get in this. There might it's 11:53 a.m. right now on this video, right? So there might be even an opportunity to re-enter, right? If it plus ones me, I don't know. But let's see what happens, right? But what I want you to see is this thing just skyrocket away. I got in aggressively because I wanted to. I got in aggressively for the sake of the video and the quarantine series, as I like to call it. But that's that, all right? Let's see what happens. So as I'm here talking to you guys, I'm obviously running this trade, right? We got in together and all that stuff. But let me show you what skill and education can do. Okay, let's open up the Telegram real quick. Let's go here. Let's go to Marlon. I didn't set this up. There's no conversation there. There's nothing like that. This is just, it shows you that there's only so many opportunities in the market that are clean, that are understood, but skill is skill. And this is why I love what we do. And this is actually, I just had a little rant moment where I was talking about no crutching, right? We make people work. This is why. This is GCAD. This is an H1 entry. Look at the entry point. Okay, look at it. It's sharper than mine. Motherfucker. I love that. You have no idea how much I love that. That's GCAD. That's a buy. He took a buy, right? Boom, boom, boom. Right? Yes, no? Yes? Right? So when we look at it, there it is, right? And right now it's up 61 pips. Video fucking done. That's it. Finished. Finished. No, it didn't have crazy support. But there's a reason why. It retraced so much to a place of strong bullish integrity. And you know I'm not lying. I'm not making it up because I've done this so many times. Last week, this week, and somebody else that's not me just did it. Somebody that learns from the group, right? And now this thing is up 80 pips and it's finished, right? It's done. But it requires experience and skill set and confirmation and planning and trust, all that stuff to make it happen. All right, so that's it. I'm not going to do any more of this. It couldn't have worked out any better, honestly, with somebody else taking the trade in the group. Like I can't, I can't write it any better, man. I love it. Now this trade is up 100 pips, just like that. Partial this down out real quick, but first I gotta, right here, right here. Look at that right there. Look at that, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Didn't make anything new. You don't see some brand new indicator, some new system, some new thing you've never seen. Fibonacci's, always use them. Structure, I'm the king of that shit. I use that for everything. Knowing where I'm getting in from, allowing the retracement, controlling my risk, plus oneing, partialing out, letting it play, humble bragging, talking shit. All of that happened in this video. Those 10 points in this video, and you hear me do that all the time. Nothing changes. The variable in the market is always and forever going to be you. Never forget that. As always, happy trading.